Hi, my name is Barbara. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm going to be talking about, well, how I do my budgeting. My budget and the way I budget is not going to be like anybody else's. I have my own set of life circumstances. So that's why I use percentages. Whether you're after bills, you have this amount of money or that amount of money, the percentage, you can still use it, and you don't really need to use my percentage anyway. You need to use the percentage that works for you. So it's just about seeing like what somebody else does to kind of see what's going to be right for you. And of course, most people know that, but I really don't want to hear it of, well, because I have to pay this amount of bills and blah blah blah. That's your story. I'm living a different story. And also understand that while I live a different story, do you hear this car? It's a 2009. So I have a different way I live my life. I have a different kind of, you see this bag? I got it from the thrift store maybe 4 years ago. So I have more expendable money than some people because I have a different lifestyle and a different value system, and it has nothing to do with what's good or bad. If you like nice things, then you like nice things. There's no judgment on that. Just understand that those things cost, and you might not be able to save as much if you have a different lifestyle. And just be okay with that, and that your life looks different, and how you like to look and how you like to live and what brings you joy looks different, and that's totally fine. You will be now seeing me when I woke up early morning on Friday doing my Friday payday ritual, where I move money around. Just sharing it with you. Before I get to a different level, because unfortunately, like now, I can't really share my journey of when I was getting out of debt, because I've already done it, and now it just seems like, yeah, I was in debt, then I paid it off, now I'm out of it. And that's just that. So I want to make sure that I'm getting as much of the story that now on film, so that when I move to another level, if there's questions about how I did it, there's reference. That's it. Good morning. It's Friday, and not just any Friday. It is a payday Friday. And for the last 10 years on payday, I have had this kind of ritual where I move money over. So I don't do like paper, like cash envelopes or anything like that. I keep all my money digital, but I still have a routine around saving and around my money. So when I first started, that looked like paying off my highest amount. Basically, I was doing the baby steps. So I was paying off my highest amount of debt, whether that was credit card or student loans. I was paying them every time I got paid. But now that I've completed that part of my journey, since then I've been doing more. I've been putting money in my savings and towards buying a car after every payday for years. Here recently, I decided that I might not get a car because I put that money in a high interest. I put that money and my savings into a high yield savings account. And I don't know if I want to trade 5% interest here, to either give a dealership my money for a car and then I don't get to make money off of that money, or even if I just do a car payment, that's interest going in the other way. So either way, I'm losing money if I give that money up, and I work from home. So let's get to what we gotta do. So first things first, and like my husband's like, why don't you just have the money like automatically go to these accounts? Because it's something to the ritual of, there's something to the ritual of moving it myself. For me, this is what works for me. I like to go in there on Fridays, every other Friday, and I look forward to it. I look forward to moving my money around. So I'm gonna talk to you in percentages. So due to how my life is set up, I can save a good amount of money. One, we live well below our means. That's one. And you know, I am not single. I have a husband, so I have more of my income that I can save. And you know, I could come with my makeup on and my hair done and you know, a black shirt and a clear background, you know, those money making, the right lighting and all of that for those money making videos. But it's like, what does money look like to you? Like, what does a person have to look like to save money or to have information about money? And how does trying to look like money keep you from saving money? Now, these are questions that you have to answer because, you know, you can look good on a budget or whatever, but I also think it's important to see regular people, you know, are saving money too. And you don't have to wear your money in order to have it. Anyway, so first thing I like to do is let's start off with the percentages. So I found in one of my calendars from 2019, one of my old like sheets. So the things that I do with my personal budget, I started doing it with my business account first. And I'm going to also share the book that started it. So as you can see, I'm talking about different percentages in the book now because we're in 2024 and my, you know, life circumstances have changed. But when my life circumstances looked a different way, this is what I did. So 30% of it was life expense, living expenses, saving for trips, always been included, saving for, what does that say? I can't even read it. Emergency. So I was funding my emergency fund at the time. Just different ways that I was like working it out. 30% to IRA. This is just more like note taking. I don't know if this was an actual thing, but I've been working with percentages. I'm going to show you the the book this is the book that I read that had me start doing that. It's called Profit First. And it says transform your business from a cash eating monster to a money making machine. So that's the book I read, and that's how I managed my business finances to make sure that I always was gonna have operations money, but also have profit. So taking my profit first, and I do that with my checks on my other end of it, taking my profit first, taking my savings, taking my retirement first. Then we can play with the rest of the money. So that is just wanted to mention that book and mention that even though now, yes, 60% goes to these things, it wasn't always like that. I was responsible for more of our living expenses at different points in our lives, and so I paid it. So yeah, whatever your percentages might look different, but it's still the same. The math at your house, it might look different, but it's still doable. If you saving 1%, you saving 1%. So 60% of my money goes to savings or sinking funds. So saving is just like what it sounds like either saving for if something comes up, saving for retirement, saving for anything, but it's a long-term thing. It's something that I really don't know what it's for other than retirement or old age, but if anything comes up type of money. And I just want to put in there, not if anything comes up with you. So if somebody's watching this and thinking, oh, she got money that I can borrow, if you like know me, just understand, I'm gonna tell you no every time. I'm gonna tell you no, especially if I feel like you watched this and you felt like you could ask me for money because you watched this. You got to tell them no. And so it's just gonna make you feel great. It's gonna be an awkward situation because I'm gonna say no. That's how I keep my money. Anyway, and I do let people borrow money, but like I have things with people that I know credit is good with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. But beside the point, 60, and then 40% I spend. So it's 40%, that is, I give myself a certain amount every 2 weeks that I have as like free money, fun, I call it fun money, that I can do whatever I want to do with. And then, you know, I do have things that I have to pay for, bills and stuff like that I have to pay for. So 40% goes to that. So first thing I do is, in my checking account, I did not spend all of my fun money. It logged me out, I was talking too much. I did not spend all of my fun money these last 2 weeks. So I have a good amount left. So I'm going to move that money over. I'm gonna move it over. Now normally I would move it, I would decide, do I want to put this in savings? Do I want to put this in my fund money? But for today, 2 reasons why I'm going to move it to my fund money is, one, it was fun money to begin with, and I don't want to penalize myself. Hold on. I don't want to penalize myself for being a good steward of my money. So I'm still just going to have extra fund money in a different account that I like build for fund money, meaning it becomes more of a sinking fund for Christmas. So, but it's still fun money to me. It becomes more for Christmas, birthdays. November is a lot of birthdays in my house, and well, really all the birthdays except mine are in November in my house. So it goes into that, and Christmas. So it goes into, you know, the fun money account. My fun money account, starting in October, really September, starting in September, starts to kind of build for Christmas. I traditionally save less during the last quarter, but I'm kind of in a flow of, I want to save more money. Now, it normally don't even take me this long, but I'm talking to you all, so it's taking a little longer than just the boom, boom, move here, move there type of thing that it would. So I'm moving that money over to my fund money. That doesn't mean that I will still have fund money going over the allotted fund money, because while I said it's 60% of my money goes to saving and sinking funds, it's at a like 15. Let's go to it. Let's go to the notes. So yep, 15% goes to my family savings, 15% goes to family checking. So our family checking is for like vacations, things like that. Plus family savings is for family savings. Then my fund money, 15%, and then Vanguard is new, 15%. Because I used to be that I was going to my savings and going to my car fund. Some money was going there, but I don't need to do that anymore because I feel like it is fully funded. Yeah, the rest is going to those places we just discussed. So I moved money over to there, but that money doesn't even count. So it's just, now we're moving to, I'm gonna first move to, and I do like to move, you know, where there's a pay yourself first type of mindset. So just for my mindset, I like to move where I'm focusing my attention first. So I'm gonna move it to our family savings first, because I wanna highlight that in my mind of I'm saving for that. And then I'm going to move the 15% of my take-home pay to our family checking. And then I'm gonna move 15% to my fund money, which at this time is building up for birthdays and Christmas. And so now I go to Vanguard, because all of that I just did in my checking account, but the last 15% I do in my Vanguard account. And in my Vanguard account, I recently opened up a new brokerage account. They're very simple to do. I know it can seem like confusing and stuff like that, but it's really not. But in order, there's a minimum to there's not a minimum on like stocks and things like that. You can, if the stock is $20 and you have $20, you can buy the stock. You can buy a stock, you can buy the stock. But if with mutual funds, which is what I'm trying to get into right now, you have to have a certain amount of money in that particular account in order to buy the mutual fund. And so I want to buy this mutual fund. So I'm going to keep going in there until I get to that amount so that I can buy it and continue to buy it in this account. So I'm just making sure that it's in my right brokerage account. And so, yep, and this is how much I'm contributing today. 15% of my take-home pay. I said yes. The way I traditionally buy stocks is I put a stop limit in place, and you can look up more information about stop limits, but or a buy limit or something like that. So I'll wait. I put in an order like, okay, if in the next 60 days, the S&P 500, the index fund that I'm trying to buy, if it falls to a certain number, buy it. So therefore, I don't have to look at it. You could just buy it at whatever price it happens to be at that time. And that's probably the safest, smartest way, because I'm also losing time by not having it in the stock market, by waiting for a certain number. But when you want to just kind of buy it on sale, I don't know, that's how I do it. And I have a thing to where I get nervous about buying stuff. So in this way, it's like I didn't really buy it right at that moment, and if it drops to this number, it's gonna make the purchase without me having to really make the purchase. Like, it's just gonna buy the stock. So yeah, that is what I do as far as it's quick, simple. It was longer because I'm talking to you, but quick, simple way that I keep my money organized and I save. I have my other money in a different account, in my high interest account, that I'm trying not to check as much as I usually check it, because I was checking it like every day. But honestly, it only accrues, like, it's only going to show that interest on the first of the month. So I probably I need to just wait until the first of the month to look at it and just not worry about it until then. All right, so how do you save money? What are some of the benefits that you find in having a cash envelopes? I mean, in the beginning, you have to have some discipline. You have to have some drive to want to start this. But once you develop the skills, it just becomes like second nature. I don't want to, like, it's like working out or taking a shower. Like, I feel strange if I don't take a shower in the morning, because it's part of my routine. Like, I might, even if I took a shower the night before and I do nothing, it's just a part of my routine before I start work to shower. So I feel strange if I don't do that part of my routine. So in that same way, I feel about saving now. If I don't on payday move my money to these accounts, it feels strange. So at first it may take some motivation, some push to do, but eventually it becomes part of your life. And if that is what you value, and I still leave money for frivolous things. That's why I have my spending money that I can spend on whatever. But again, like I said, we live below our means. My car, Sexy Red, is very old and raggedy, and that's perfectly fine for me, because I know what my values are and what I value. I value trips. I value being able to stay in nice hotels. I value being able to, if anything comes up, I can go and I don't have to worry about anything. That is what I value. So it just all depends on, different strokes for different folks. But put your money where your value is. Put your money where your future is. What is gonna make you feel like you've lived the best life possible. And that's totally up to you. All right, like, comment, like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.